Welcome back to the PlayAction podcast. I'm your host, Christian McCullum, and I am joined by John from the Big Blue Offensive podcast. If you're a New York Giant fan, you need to go check out the Big Blue Offensive podcast. It's informative and very funny. John, how's it going?
If I could let you know at 11:30 tomorrow night, I think that I might have a better answer for you. But thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on, Christian.
Yeah, obviously there wasn't much funny about the Giants opener, and now Giant fans are real nervous heading into tomorrow night's Thursday night game against the football team.
Yeah.
What happened last week? Give me the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, I can give you the good and the bad, or the bad and the ugly. We'll see about the good. Honestly, man, it was a whole entire team. It looked like you can go up and down every one of those roster spots. You can go through the entire coaching staff, and I don't think you're going to find a guy, maybe except for Sterling Shepard, that can say that they really laid it all out on the line where, to put the team in the best position to win. I think there was a huge letdown all over the place. I think they started off pretty okay, but unfortunately, Pat Shurmur, he got the better of us. As our old head coach, they got let go a couple years back. It really, really stung. But you know what? It's football. It's going to happen. Sometimes the better man's going to win, and on Sunday that was them. It was a whole team collapse, and we are looking for a 100% turnarounds or 180-degree turnarounds tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
Has the luster come off Judge a little bit? I mean, obviously, Giant fans were really, really high on him coming in. I mean, it's only one game, but, what's the feeling on Judge after that, small sample size?
Me personally, I've definitely noticed that kind of some of the luster's definitely coming off. We were really, really high on him from the very second that his press conference started, his introductory press conference back in January 2020. And he gave a lot of reasons to support why we all felt the way we felt about him. And then, last season didn't start off good. It's 1-7 start, but then they finished the season, 5-3 with a quarterback injury, and it looked promising. And there were some doubts about the offseason they had, overpaying players, overdrafting players, whatever. And you really thought that, given what happened last year, that they were going to come out and punch in the nose for 60 minutes, like Joe Judge said, and they didn't do that. So I think with a combination of a very disappointing first half last year, a questionable offseason to a degree, and then just getting thoroughly outcoached and outplayed on week one, I definitely think that some of the luster has come off. Now, we're 48 hours away from that being as shiny as a 2005 Escalade, but it's possible, but right now there's a lot of question marks, a lot more than we would have wanted.
Short week. Is this one of those times where you think a short week might be good for the team?
Dude, I spent the entire offseason from when the schedule released nervous about, going into the season, especially with Saquon Barkley coming off of an injury and having week one and then 4 days later suiting up again or 3 days later, whatever it is, suiting up for week two against, it hurts me to say, but a good Washington team. Now, given how that week one game went, I think it's the best thing for them. You don't have a full week to sit and wallow in that. And you know what? You guys go out and play to your potential. You should beat a backup quarterback. Doesn't matter if it's in prime time. Doesn't matter if it's an away game. It's a divisional game. It should be tight. And to go out there and win, and it'll turn around a lot of questions there. And the 3 days will feel like a blink of an eye.
You mentioned Saquon. What's the story with Saquon? I saw he's listed as questionable and didn't really get rolling last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were trying to keep him on the wraps. I felt all along that he was going to play. I was hoping for a little bit more of an impactful performance in week one, but you can see that he was a little bit, I guess tentative would be the word. I don't think that he felt that he was mid-season form Saquon Barkley, I guess we can say. Hopefully, he shakes the rust off in a week or two when he's back to, making ESPN top 10 plays for us again. Because, listen, biased, unbiased, I don't know. But I would say he's on the list of the top 10 most fun football players to watch when he's going right, and just as an exciting player, like almost video game-esque, almost like cartoon-esque. He's a joy to watch, and selfishly, it's going to help the Giants win games. But you want to see that's what the NFL's about. Odell catching passes, and early in his career with Eli, like that's the whole point of the entertainment business that they're in. So you want to see Saquon back out there, and hopefully, maybe just that one game, and then now he's ready to go for week 2 and really kind of put his foot on the accelerator. But I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Okay, so Giants underdogs by 3.5 points. You like the Giants to win on the field?
Yeah, I do. I believe in Joe Judge enough, and I believe in the roster enough that they're going to take it personal what happened to them in week 1 on Sunday. And I think they're going to go out there. I don't know that it's a 31-13 game like I would have thought that it might have been. But maybe like a 20-14, 20-17 kind of game, and they grind it out and win the game.
Okay. All right, folks, you heard it. And like I said, if you're a Giants fan, please go check out the Big Blue Offensive podcast. Whether you guys are going to be celebrating or misery loves company or however it ends up being, and whatever happens, you guys will be laughing, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. It's either going to be a little bit of a funeral wake status type of podcast, or it'll be a celebration because for the first time we'll have an opportunity to be over 500 since 2016. So let's go Giants.